What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. Honestly, UK is starting to get on my nerves. What is your problem? United Kingdom, was it not here on this show that I want the UK not to go ahead with that £3,000 that they are trying to find Nigerians and Ghanaians and other countries that we have to pay them before we can enter their country? I mean, wasn't it on this show that I warned you? I mean, didn't they watch that episode? I thought everybody watches Keeping It Real. You guys didn't tell them about me? Hey, you didn't deliver my message. Where is the list? Call it all. I found the list. I found it. Okay, just imagine. I mean, I had a long list of suggestions for our government on how we can get back at UK. Can you believe that despite all my grammar and tautology, the UK is still insisting on going ahead with this 3,000 palaver? Colin, please, can you get Mr. Jonathan? Yes, get him online. What do you mean, which Jonathan? Good luck, Jonathan. Who are we talking about? How many Jonathan do we have in Nigeria? Only one, as far as I'm concerned. What are we putting up with this insult? And tell him to start by kicking out Shell and British Petroleum BP. Yes, let's start from there. And by the way, don't forget to tell him that I'm still waiting to know how much Africans will start charging people from UK whenever they come to Africa, yeah, especially Nigeria, yeah. And speaking of Europeans getting on my nerves, you guys remember that woman from Congo, Cecile Kyenge, the first black minister in Italy that I once talked about her, yes, that one. God bless you, very pretty. Well, last week, can you guys believe that some people threw bananas at this woman during a political rally? But yes, so talk about extreme racism. It's not that they disagreed with what she was talking about at the rally. No. Her only offense is that she's black and beautiful. Yeah, so I mean, you know, they've been discriminating against this woman since April that she was appointed. In fact, recently, one senator said at a political rally, he said, I love animals, bears and wolves, as everyone knows, but when I see the pictures of Kyenge, you know, Miss Kyenge, he said that I cannot but think of, even if I'm not saying she is one, but I cannot but think of the features of an orangutan. Can you imagine? He's comparing this woman with an ape. Don't forget that earlier, another official had said that she seems like a great housekeeper, but not a government minister. I said, you want her to be a house help, but you don't want her to rule over you. And that is how you see Africans. They call her Congolese monkey, they call her Zulu, the black anti-Italian. The list goes on and on. But do you know that this woman remains gracious? In fact, she said on Twitter that throwing bananas at her was a waste of food when so many people are starving around the world. I mean, I really applaud her for being so gracious, because some of us are not that blessed. You get what I'm saying? To be as calm, cool, and collected in such a situation. My lord. If I were that minister, you know, I would take over the podium that day to recite that popular poem by an African child, which was nominated by the UN as the best poem of 2006. Give me the microphone. I would say, black is beautiful. What kind of mic is this? Are we? Can you give me a better microphone? Yes, this is better. So I would say, black is beautiful. Black don't crack. You know, we black people, when we're born, we're black. When we grow up, we're black. When we get sick, we're black. When we go in the sun, you know, we're still black. In fact, the chocolate comes out better when we get in the sun. Hallelujah. When we're cold in the wintertime, we're still black. And when we die, Lord have mercy, we're still black. Do I get a witness in the house? Black do not crack. Black is always beautiful. But some people were born pink. And they grow up white. When they're sick, they turn green. If they step in the sun, they turn red. I'm like, what? And when they're cold in the winter time, they turn blue. I'm like, seriously? You keep going from color to color. And guess what? When they die, my lord, they turn purple. I said, what? Oh my God. But guess what? They have the nerves to call us colored. I'm like, where is it? Where is the do you know the meaning of color? So that would be the speech that I would give that day. And by the way, those are not my words, so you guys know I would never say anything bad about another race. So all my white skinned folks, blame the writer of the poem. One love, y'all. One love. You guys know I love you. Yes. One love. All I'm saying though is that the Italian government should remember that they also have their people in Africa as well. So they better do their part in making sure that their politicians and other citizens respect this strong woman. In fact, she deserves an award. I mean, if only we have serious presidents in Africa, by now someone would have brought her back to Africa to give her some kind of award. Don't you think that she deserves it? I mean, she's taking all this ill treatment, for all of us black people. But guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So I saw a video online about a very rich and generous Nigerian businessman who recently donated $1 million in Portugal to Polio Plus. That's an international polio eradication program that is being promoted by Rotary Club International. His name is Emeka Ofo. I don't know if you've heard about him, but he's from Anambra State in Nigeria. I was so excited. I started calling everybody. Can you see what a Nigerian man just did? Didn't I tell you that Nigerians are good people? And then I said I have to share this wonderful news on Keeping It Real with all of you guys, so you know that some people are making us proud, but so when I started my research on this man, things got ugly, if you know what I mean. The things I found out about him, I was like, how come he's never been arrested? Because he has caused more damage than most politicians. And now, before you think that I'm painting him bad, everything I'll tell you about this man, you can go and verify all of them. He only finished secondary school when he started working as a truck driver for Julius Berger Construction Company at the time of Sonny Abacha, and he was actively involved in promoting Abacha's regime. So through that, this man landed a 19 million naira contract, and that was how he started. My people, after Abacha died, this man made friends with other top politicians, including Baba Iyabo. No be me talk and President Olusegun Obasanjo and his vice president Atiku Abubakar. In fact, this man donated 200 million naira towards the re-election of Olusegun Obasanjo. Till today, this man is still a major donor for PDP. Yes, the president's party. So most of his wealth came from inflated government contracts, all because he's friends with the ogas at the top. One of his companies, Chrome Oil Services, was awarded the contract of fixing 2 of our oil refineries in Port Harcourt, and for that they paid this man $200 million. So 200 million. This is during the time of Olusegun Obasanjo. You can go and find out. But do you know that transformation was never completed up till today? Those refineries are not performing at full capacity. We are still going to Niger to refine our oil. $200 million. How much is that in Nigeria? Never mind. By the way, that is taxpayers' money, my people, in case you didn't know. In fact, they told him to come to the Senate floor to come and explain what he did with the $200 million. Nah lie, they couldn't do anything to him. Instead, he got another contract. This time around, 8 billion naira electricity contract with NEPA, when it was still called NEPA, for his company to build the Yola and Bauchi transmission line. My people, they paid him 5.6 billion at the time. Yet, at the end of that tenure, that work was still not completed. Isn't that a crime? His company here in the US was once raided by the FBI. He has a lot of houses and luxurious apartments in UK. So in 2006, he tried to enter the UK with 700,000 pounds cash in his suitcase. 700,000. And guess what? The custom officer seized that money. By the way, what happened to that 700,000 pounds? Do we know? Hi, UK. I'm warning you. That is our money now. Taxpayers' money. Can you just return our money? This man went back to UK in 2010 only for him to be deported. They deported him more. They said that he's involved in serious organized criminality. What does that mean? And guess what? He sued UK for deporting him. He told them categorically, how dare you deport me? Hey, do you know who I am? Go and ask about me in my village. But despite all the shakara, he still didn't win that case. Did I tell you that he had his own bank? It was called African Express Bank. Being that he was the oga at the top, he kept borrowing money from this bank like crazy until one day the bank was liquidated. He's been in the news recently for 2 things. First of all, he forcefully took over the land and house of one businessman called Imohuede Ohihuari. That man was living in the US and UK for several years, and then he finally decided to move back to Nigeria in 2006. So Ohihuari bought a plot of land for 50 million naira in Asokoro in Abuja, Nigeria. Ohihuari built and furnished a house with 2 wings. He spent 500 million naira on each wing, all the money that he's been saving for years, working in America and UK, that one day I'm going to relocate back to Nigeria. This man was working as a businessman in oil and gas and telecommunications. So it took 3 years and nobody said anything the whole time that he was constructing. After he completed the house, that was when one man showed up. That is Mr. Shehu Malami, claiming that he bought that land a long time ago, 1984. The man from America looked at him and said, I bought this land from the former Minister of State for Transport, and I did all the required legal confirmation. Where were you for more than 3 years when I was building this house? But do you guys know that Mr. Emeka Ofo went and paid off Shehu Malami? So that one transferred the case to Emeka. So now Emeka shows up in court claiming to be the rightful owner of the land, and of course the judge ruled in favor of Emeka. By the way, that is just a esuma. And within 1 week, do you know that they kicked out that man that came from US? Yes, so they evicted him from his own house. Hey, Naija, can you believe that? Up till now, Lagos-based lawyer Femi Falana has been shouting and shouting that this judgment must be reversed. But we are talking about a case that involves a Nigerian billionaire. And how do you expect justice now? The second reason why this man has been in the news recently is because he arrested one Nigerian businessman who is based in South Africa. That businessman is actually from the same town as Emeka. He was arrested because he made a comment on an online forum when some people were praising Emeka for his $1 million donation. So this man said, don't be deceived, my people. Emeka is a thief. Go and find out how he made his wealth. That is just to paraphrase what he said. But when he got back to Nigeria from South Africa, he was arrested and he spent about 2 weeks in confined prison before he was later released. Right now, a lot of people in his hometown are not happy with Emeka at all. They claim that is how Mr. Emeka has been harassing people in his town. So my people, you see, the next time you hear that someone donated huge amount of money, I mean, it's okay to commend them, but take a minute to find out how exactly they made their wealth. I hope that he would actually give them that 1 million that he pledged, because some people are known for pledging without fulfilling the pledge. And the fact that he established some scholarship opportunities through his companies doesn't mean that what he's doing to common people is right. It's like somebody who stole 1 billion of your money, but you didn't know. So because he's giving you 2,000 naira, you are content. My people, wake up. And my brothers and sisters that are living in the US and in UK that are planning to move back to Nigeria, you better learn from what happened to this man. If you've been gone for more than 10-15 years, don't just move back one day, bugger. That could be dangerous. Walk your way back slowly and go for 2 months, come back, go for another 3 months, come back. You get what I'm saying? Slowly walk your way back into the system. I'm not saying that we are bad. No. Nigerians are good people. Sometimes, because I know some people here in America who have businesses back home and they keep sending money home that they should use it for the business. They had no idea that the brother or the sister that they put in charge of the business is actually scamming them. One of them went home recently as a surprise visit to see his business. He got there and found out that his younger brother had built a house, a very nice house, by the way. He bought a very nice car, but when he got to the business place, nothing was happening. Everything was dead. And this one here in America was working there at night, sending money back home. So please be smart. You need to soji when you move back to Nigeria. I can give you some private lessons. I hope that man gets his house back. What baffles me most is how some people defend this man online. Really, how much is he paying you that you would see the truth but choose to support what is wrong? Because I know that those people will find this video as well so that they can abuse me and defend this man. You know, I'm very gentle. Even Emeka knows that I don't know anything. I beg, all these things are on the internet. It wouldn't be my own. I'm just keeping it real. So my people, I thought I've seen it all, but you know that Kenyans don't play. They always come up with stuff that leaves me shaking my head. Do you know that last week, two grown men were fighting over one woman, each of them claiming to be her legal husband? Yeah, check out this video.
Drama at Barsheba area of Kisauni in Mombasa. An irate woman and a man nursing a nasty gash above the eye. Poor Mwakio showed up early in the morning at what he believed was his house to see his child and his wife, only to receive a rude shock.
Another person.
The other man, who also claims to be the real husband, says he too arrived at his wife's house only to be shocked at the presence of another man.
Kufika ndani nikamkuta mtu kakaa katika kochi.
What followed naturally was a territorial cockfight, and this was the result: a bloodied face, a shattered window, and blood-stained clothes.
Ain't that something? Apparently that woman has been seeing both of them, not just with her eyes, so she's been doing it with both men. In fact, she had children for both of them. You get what I'm saying? Yes, so but that day she denied knowing the older man. I say, Kai, poor man. You see, I beg my brothers, if you marry a woman, make sure that she's living in your house. Why is she living separately? That is just weird. Speaking of weird stuff, did you guys hear about that family in Ghana that locked up their children for 8 years, 8 good years? They did not allow these children to step outside. They told them that human beings are bad and that they would influence them negatively. So they prevented these children from going to school. These children don't know how to read or write, even though they speak English, from learning from their parents. And they prevented extended family members from seeing these children for the past 8 years. This happened in Accra, and their parents had livestock living with them inside the house. Kai.
This is the kitchen. We actually have to put on lights before we could see. But as you can see, rotten food, dirty saucepans left here unkempt. And this stove you're seeing has actually not been in use for some time now. This is cassava leaf stew.
Can you imagine? So these children were sent to a clinical psychologist for examination, and they are still trying to find out whether those parents are whether they are suffering from mental problems. My people, stuffs are happening. But you guys know that I don't like to talk about people. What I actually wanted to talk about is that a new mineral called niobium has been discovered in Kenya. Go Kenya. This mineral is worth an estimated 51 trillion Kenyan shillings, 51 trillion, $590 billion. Isn't that wonderful? They say that the discovery is by far the largest mineral deposit in Kenya, and that this would make Kenya one of the largest rare earth producers in the whole world. Kenyans, I'm so happy for you guys, but remember to take care of the local residents where this mineral was discovered. Don't be like Nigeria that is not taking care of the Niger Delta people, even though they are extracting oil from that place. Once again, congratulations to Kenya. I'm just keeping it real. I'd like to give a shout out to some Nigerians that are making us proud. First of all, Miss Blessing Okagbare, yes, so the 24-year-old long and triple jumper and short sprinter who recently set a new African record at the London Anniversary Games. Yes, so my lady ran 100 meters in 10.79 seconds. How wonderful, eh? Sister Blessing set a new record in that race when she beat Olympic gold medalist who came in at 4th place. Right now, she's training for the 14th International Amateur Athletic Federation World Championship taking place in August. So let's keep wishing her good luck as she keeps representing. And also this summer, guess what? 3 Nigerian students from Bolton University in UK graduated with honors. Yes, so you see, I keep coming back to UK. Even though they call us high-risk country, you see, we are still topping their classes. So 3 Nigerian students, all of them graduating at once. They all topped their classes. They all made 1st class. So give it up for Charles Uche Odache. He's from Benue State, as well as Jide Solomon Creepy. He's from Lagos Island. And Shegun Abraham Sunday, who is from Badagry. Charles and Jide studied computing, and Shegun studied business software development. They all graduated with 1st class, making us all so proud. Congratulations to all of them. And guess what? I'm just keeping it real. 2 weeks ago, I asked my viewers that are not from Nigeria to tell us about their First Lady, how she's doing. And I also asked Nigerians whether they think that the First Lady is being too forward or she's just trying to help by her involvement in the Nigerian politics in the past few weeks. So I like to read some of your emails. The first one is from Daniel Hale. It's from Eritrea, and he says, "Hi Adeola, to tell you about the First Lady of Eritrea. We don't even know her that much. The dictator here won't allow her to do anything, even to be seen in public. It would be easier if you asked us about his mistresses in and outside the country." Are you serious? Oh my god. Daniel, thank you for writing all the way from Eritrea. I had no idea that the Eritrean president has mistresses. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. The next one is from Aka Ibu. I don't know where he's writing from, but he's a Nigerian. He says that, "I think Madam First Lady is being too meddlesome and aggressively interloping into the office of the president." Thank you very much, Aka Igu, for your comment. The next email is from Mohammed Ahmed. He says, "Hi Adeola, here in East Africa, First Ladies are varied from Margaret Kenyatta, who is very shy and likes working in the background and dedicates majority of her time on children and alcohol rather than enforcing change." Did he say alcohol? People. People. And then he jumped on another First Lady, Janet Museveni. He says, "She on the other hand is just a handful. However, she seems to be the promoter of creating a family dynasty. She even brings marital arguments into parliament." And then he moved to Djibouti and said, "In Djibouti, if you do not commission the First Lady, you are in no way going to invest or start up any business in the country. Adeola, at least Patience Jonathan gives aid to neighboring countries, unlike our greedy, drunk, and power-ambitious First Ladies." I'm just keeping it real. Wow, Mohammed Ahmed. I really appreciate this. You touched on so many First Ladies in Africa. I so much appreciate that. Now I know at least a little bit about all these First Ladies. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And the last email I would read today is from Simon. He says, "Hello Adeola, I'm sending you this email to ask about the petition you want us all to sign. Will you be kind enough to post the link on your next video? I'm really sorry if you've not been able to sign that petition to end underage marriage in Nigeria. The link is actually included in the description of this video on YouTube, so just go down there and you can click on it right away, or you can copy the link right here if you want to put it on your screen." But that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending them to adeola.keepingitreal@gmail.com. Alright y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.
Welcome to Firstview Luxury Hotel. At Firstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Firstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at #1 Adeola Bamishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.firstviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Firstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.